So how can we, if either parent hires us, how can we help the parent get the child out of that foster care place and with a family member?
So one thing that can be done, yeah, so there could often be a big difference between saying the child's in foster care versus back to the parents, and in the middle is the option of having the child placed with a family member. So what we want to do is when we get that initial call from somebody who's facing a dependency case, we want to say, in the event that the court's looking at options of keeping the child outside of the home, is there a family member who could watch this child? Number one. And number two is, could that person also potentially be approved to be a monitor? So in the case where you have monitored visits, you could go over to the house where you have an uncle, an aunt, a parent who's watching the children, and you could be with that person and they're supervising you, rather than having a monitor who's approved through social services. So we want to get that information when somebody first calls so we can use it later.
And that's one of the first things we do, so we're ready for the court date, right? The first
Absolutely.
court date.
That's absolutely something we want to do. To get screened to see who can watch a child. Another situation would be if you have, let's say, the father is being violent towards mother, if there's the opportunity for them to separate while the case is pending. We have mother calls. We said, okay, if there's an issue with dad, he can go out of the home so the children can stay with you, rather than having children taken from both of you. If we have the opportunity to have one parent who's there, that's better than not having anybody.